What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Change Your Story podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that happened during this week, during our Level Up Challenge, that I think is really going to resonate with you. So for all my ladies doing the Level Up Challenge, I'm so proud of you. And I just thought, let's just share this raw and real moment because we need some raw and realness on this journey.
My mission is to impact the hearts and minds of women, helping them change their stories and empowering them to love themselves, their bodies, and their lives.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Change Your Story podcast. I'm Hannah Dawson, your host and transformation coach. I'm a certified personal trainer, nutritionist, mindset coach, writer, speaker, and creator of the Fit Club Babes app, and I am here to help you transform your life. While I love teaching all things nutrition and fitness, and trust me, you'll get lots of that on here, my true passion lies in the power of mindset and self-relationship. I know firsthand how powerful a mindset shift can be. It has profoundly impacted not only my health and fitness journey, but also my relationship with myself, and it can do the same for you too. Many women believe as we age, we lose our beauty, body, and health, but that's not true. You can feel and look amazing and get better with age, and I'm going to show you how. Are you ready to change your story? Let's flip the script one thought at a time.
We're only 2 weeks in. We're starting week 3 today, and I had a few moments last week. So let me just break down what the Level Up Challenge is, and then I'll share what happened this week. And I'm sharing because I think that it's important that we are so honest on this journey, because it's through our honesty and our vulnerability that other people can transform as well. And it gives us the strength to keep going. I truly believe that. And I think too, because I'm a coach, I'm a personal trainer, a nutrition coach, a mindset coach, all of these things, it's important that I have got to where I am because I go through the same struggles too. I just choose a different path. Sometimes I choose to change my mindset. And we're going to talk about that today. Level Up Challenge, the basics. We have a daily step goal, non-negotiable, every single day for 8 weeks. Every 2 weeks, the steps increase. Morning routine, 15 minutes as soon as you get up. Reading a personal development book. We're doing The Power of One More by Ed Milet. Journaling, meditation, 15 minutes minimum. Well, you have to start with no phones. Those 2 things are the things you have to do straight for 8 weeks. And then I've created workouts that are 5 days a week, a nutrition plan to follow. And so through this process, my personal goal is a fat loss goal. I have not had a fat loss goal in a few years. I really had to heal my relationship after doing competitions, bodybuilding with food. I did a build for a bit, then I went to maintenance. I felt really great. And then I got comfortable. And I think, to be fair, I went through some things in my business that were very stressful with the old app and all these things. And I really couldn't focus on myself in those moments. And so life had a lot of stressful moments in it. And I stopped making choices that aligned with the highest version of myself in my health and fitness. And although I do things on autopilot, like workouts, like pretty good with my nutrition, other things I just started to get comfortable. So this fat loss goal, I forgot what it was like. I forgot how challenging it can be in your mind. And doing something like this, and I was putting my everything into it. Let's just be real, it's only been 2 weeks, which is something I had to have a talk with myself about too. But for me, I wasn't moving enough. And that was the biggest thing. A lot of my stuff is on the computer for you guys. Social media, I have to do marketing. I have to do social media. I have to do emails. I have to do, program design. A lot of it's on my computer. So I'm sitting a lot. So a lot of my not feeling good in my body just came from not moving enough. And it really started to show in my clothes not fitting, just feeling really more soft. And it was like in the last year, it's felt a lot harder for my body to snap back to what I feel good in. And so that can be really challenging. And last summer was probably one of the worst summers I had in a long time. Not worst summers with my family or my blessings. I have a lot to be grateful for. Just my confidence in getting in a bathing suit and wearing short. I just wanted to wear leggings, stretch leggings and hoodies all the time. And I hadn't felt like that in a really long time. I don't remember the last time. So I just knew I don't want to go into the summer feeling like that. So I knew what my goal was. I have a little bit of weight loss goal, fat loss goal, whatever comes first, to be honest. It didn't really matter to me so much about the weight. I just wanted to feel good in my body and, be able to put a pair of shorts on or my bathing suit on and just feel good. And I'm not sure really what that feels like anymore. And so, let's just talk about the second week in the challenge. So I missed the one day. So I was feeling really tired for one, ladies. I was feeling really exhausted. We're doing some new things in the business. We've hired a new marketing team. So I'm having to do a little bit of extra work up front in the beginning to get that going. Plus doing this deficit, plus the girls have dance and track. And so life just started to feel a lot. And so a part of my level up for myself was getting up in the morning and doing cardio, walking on the treadmill, at least 60 minutes. That helps me hit my steps very easy if I do that. And some of the days I would walk for 30 and then I would do intervals after. And the one day I just was feeling exhausted, and that exhaustion hit in my mental health. I just started to feel really down. My energy wasn't there, and I ended up missing one of my workouts, and then I didn't end up hitting my step goal because I was just tired. And then negative thoughts and doubt started to come in. You can't do this. Just one negative thought, it just started spiraling. And then I go onto social media and I start comparing my body. You're never going to look like that. You're never going to get back. It was just a whole thing, you guys, okay? So this was Wednesday. By Thursday, I was in total fuck it mode. I just thought, I just can't. I can't do this. Didn't track my nutrition. I started eating whatever I wanted, like total feeling sorry for myself, being stuck in this and I knew I was stuck in a negative mindset. And because of all the personal work that we do each morning, ladies, in this challenge, I knew that I needed to pull myself out of it. And so Thursday, I had a few cries. I had a few breakdowns. On the Wednesday, I did too. And I started to get really frustrated with myself and like, why can't you do this? What's wrong with you? Really bad. My mindset went really bad, really fast. And so by Friday morning, because I have my autopilot routine that I do, I got up, went into my office, but I just wasn't feeling myself. So I had another cry, and this is when the talk came. So this is when the transformation really happened. I had to take what I teach you guys and I had to apply it to myself. And I had a cry. I sat there and I let it out, and then I had to reflect. And I had to pray, and I meditated, and then I asked myself this. I said, you have two choices. I said, you can cry and quit. You can cry and quit, essentially, and feel sorry for yourself. Or choice two, you can have a cry because it's okay to cry, but then you're going to change your mindset and you're going to keep pushing forward. And so in this moment, I knew deep in my soul, quitting was not an option for me, you guys. I couldn't stay in this negative space anymore. I had to look at myself and I had to say, you knew this journey was going to be hard when you started. And so for all of you that are listening, the journey is going to be hard. It's going to require you to do hard things. I knew that there was going to be challenges, but I have to choose to keep going because let me tell you, I'm not going to feel how I felt last summer. I'm not going to. And it might have been more of a mindset than just in my body last summer, but I'm not going to do that. So I can't remain the same. I've jumped off the cliff, ladies. I've jumped. I'm waiting for this bridge to appear, but I have to keep having faith that it's going to. Going back and remaining the same is not an option for me. And I've told myself that it's not an option. Those are my standards. It's not an option. I have to level up. I have to do the things. I have to keep the promises I kept to myself, even if I had a couple slip ups. So Friday, after I did that, after I had that talk, then I wrote a gratitude list, what I was grateful for, what I have been doing so far. Just really working through those emotions, sitting in the discomfort of feeling uncomfortable in my body, of feeling uncomfortable with these feelings that I was having about myself. I was allowing myself to be uncomfortable. And that's what this challenge is all about. It's about discomfort. Sometimes the discomfort isn't just about doing the hard and pushing and grinding. Sometimes the discomfort comes from the emotions that we feel and being allowing ourselves to feel them, but not allowing those emotions to dictate our choices. And so I was not allowing those. I did for the 2 days, but I was choosing that I wasn't going to allow them to dictate my choices, that I was allowed to feel them. I was allowed to sit in the discomfort, but I was choosing a different path. I wasn't going to remain where I was. What I want to say is this wasn't just about the challenge anymore. This was about who I am becoming and the woman that I was choosing, that I am choosing to be, that I am choosing to be. And that woman, she doesn't quit when things get hard. She acknowledges the struggle, she feels the emotions, and she chooses to keep going anyway. And I think a couple of the highlights of the turning point was the Thursday I got a good sleep. I just needed to get a good night's sleep. I was so tired. And fatigue can have an impact. Stress can have an impact on your choices, on your mental state. So it's really important, ladies, to pay attention to your sleep because it does affect your choices and your mental state. And then really my gratitude, really focusing on what am I grateful for? What have I been doing? That really helped. But without my morning routine, I would not have done that. And then just self-reflection, being able to ask myself, where was this coming from? And being able to sit in those uncomfortable answers, right? Sit in those uncomfortable answers. Some key lessons that I want to share with you, some takeaways, is remember that progress is not linear. Okay. You're going somewhere new that you've never been before. Yes, you may have lost weight. You may have done diets in the past. You may have reached goals in the past, but that's not who you are anymore. You know more now. You have more knowledge now. So it's going to be a new path. It's going to require you to have faith. It's going to require you to trust the process. And guess what, ladies? It's going to be messy. And messy is normal. It's normal for your process. And you're going to have to learn to be okay with the messy, because messy is going to feel uncomfortable. And you're going to have to be okay in the discomfort. But you're going to have to make a choice to just keep going and trust the process. Number 2, key lessons is it's going to be different from the past, right? It's not going to be the same. You may have been used to that snowball effect and giving up, right? You may have given up in the past before when things got hard or when emotions got uncomfortable, but you're going to have to choose to just keep moving forward because now you have tools. So it's not going to be like you were before, right? It's going to be different. You have tools to get yourself back on track. And here's one powerful thing is you get to choose what you're going to think about. For 2 days, I chose to compare myself to how I used to do it, compare myself to other people's bodies, and that made me feel really bad about myself. But it was the first time I recognized it and was so loud and it was so uncomfortable and it took me out so fast that I'm like, I can't stay in this place. This place isn't good. So I'd rather do the hard thing and keep moving forward than stay in this negative state. Number 3, you're a new person, new journey. New person, new journey. So what you've done before isn't going to be what it's going to be like now. It's going to be new for you. You're more. Like I said, you know more now, or you should know more now. You know the myths, you know what doesn't work. You know this because I talk about this all the time, that you have to keep going. Quitting is not an option. You have to trust the process. You have to keep going. You have to understand that how it looked before won't look this time. So quit trying to find signs of what you saw in the past. Your body's different now. Doesn't mean it's not capable of achieving even better things. It's just going to be a bit different. It might take a little bit longer. So you have to remember to focus on what you can control. And you have to choose to keep moving forward. And it's okay that things feel uncomfortable, both physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Things feel uncomfortable, and allow yourself to feel those emotions. But don't allow those emotions to control you. All right, I have some actionable steps for you to do, okay? So if you found yourself like I found myself, here's what I want you to do. Number one, start with the basics. Get a good night's sleep. Sleep seems to solve everything. Just prioritize sleep. Just if you're having one of those days, if you can, just make sure you get a good sleep. Go to bed a bit earlier. That will create the snowball effect in the right way. And then in the morning, your gratitude. What have you done well? What are you grateful for in your body that it does for you without you even asking? And then in your life. And then with your nutrition. What are you grateful for? There's so many things. And when we put our mind in this state, when we're grateful, life will start showing us more things to be grateful for, but we have to do this practice. And when we're in that negative mindset, it can be so hard to write things we're grateful for. So you just have to start small. It doesn't have to be these big things. It could be that you got up and you're writing the freaking list. It could be whatever. You got a good night's sleep. Start small and keep that morning routine, right? Keep doing that morning routine because that's going to be the thing that's going to pull you out. It's going to be your time, your space to clear your mind, your space to reflect, your space to even have a cry and sit in those uncomfortable emotions. And then remember that you have the choice to choose what you want to feel and what you want to think. And I think that's the most powerful thing. Which brings me into number 2 actionable steps is choose your thoughts, right? Acknowledge maybe the flips where your mind has taken you down a dark way, down the way of doubt and discouragement, and choose to have faith instead. Choose to, you may feel this way, but does it make it true, right? Ask yourself, yeah, I have these emotions, but where's the proof what I'm doing? If you missed a workout like I did, so what? Today's a new day. Pick yourself up. You can track your nutrition. You can do your workout. You can hit your steps. You can do it. Today's a new day. And you'll start building that momentum again. Just acknowledge that maybe you did have a fuck up like me and you had a day where you said, fuck it, I don't care anymore. Okay, just allow yourself to have that day, but just don't stay there, right? And then remember why. Remember your why. Say to yourself, I can't stay in this place. This place is not where I want to be. She doesn't align with the highest version. What is that highest version of yourself? And pick yourself up and keep going. Because where you are right now and staying in that state is worse than the hard that it's going to take to just keep moving forward. Because the choice to choose the hard that gets you to where you want is going to give you a better feeling than sitting in the pain of regret and shame and not doing what you said you were going to do. And just doing those things will help create that momentum forward. And then after you remember, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Remember that. And then what is the next step that you could take? Is it going and just literally stepping, getting some steps in, drinking some water, throwing on some chicken in the air fryer in the oven if you don't have your meals prepped, or getting on the treadmill and walking, or maybe it's just praying, or maybe it's doing these steps right now, talking. What is that next step? Ladies, let your journey be messy, okay? Let it be imperfect. Because honestly, that's where transformation happens. It's not about never falling off track. It's about getting back on track faster each time. That's when you know that a real transformation happens. When you fall off, but you bounce back even quicker. And the bounce backs get quicker. And you start the negative voices or the doubt gets so loud, whereas you never noticed it before, it would be, you just didn't notice it. But the louder it gets when you notice it, well, that transformation's taking place because it's like an alarm and you actually hear it this time. Whereas before it would creep in and you weren't even aware of the thoughts that were taking you down. Now you're really aware. You're super aware. You're super aware. You're super in tune. So you can feel those discomforting thoughts, right? Those thoughts that are pulling you away. And you can choose to choose better thoughts. We're all on this journey together. We're all on this journey together. And I want you to know that life is messy. This journey is messy. But we're here to support one another. I'm here to support you. And if you are in the Fit Club, you have such an amazing community of women that will uplift you every step of the way. And so if you're not a part of the Fit Club community and you need that support, join us. Ladies, join us on this journey because it will be 100% worth it. It will help you align with that highest version, and so many things in your life will start opening up for you when you choose you and when you choose to align your actions, your habits, and your goals and your standards with the highest version of yourself. So before we finish up here, I want to ask you, what are your messy moments right now? I would love to hear what some messy moments and reflections that you've had in your journey lately. You can tag me on social media. You can privately message me or email me. Or if you're in our community, share in our community forum right in the app. And I want to celebrate with you. I want to celebrate the fact that you're showing up through the messy and you're choosing to keep going. You guys, that is it. That is all, ladies. I love you so much. Thank you so much for choosing the Change Your Story podcast. You don't know how much it means to me. My love language is encouraging your heart. So when I hear back from you guys and when I hear you say how much this podcast is making a difference in your lives, you don't even know how much love that pours into my heart, because if I could never encourage somebody again, I think honestly it'd be like a flower that loses that starts to dry out, because this is what I'm meant to do. It's to give you words of encouragement, like filling up your love tank of gasoline to keep you going on this journey. And if I can do that, I feel, wow, I'm doing what I've called to do. And it makes me feel like I have purpose. And so if I can make your day and your journey a little bit better, wow, I'm super grateful for that. And I'm super grateful for you. And I just want you to know, girl, keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit on your dreams. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit making those choices that make you better. In moments, it's hard. Take a beat, have a cry, sit with the discomfort, but girl, keep going. Because I'm telling you, that version of you is waiting on the other side. And no matter how many times you fall, just keep getting back up and keep going, because she'll meet you there. That is it. That is all. I love you so much. Until next time. Bye for now, you guys.